track.
Shades of blue and gray. I feel just like an empty
Railway direction. Still go from 27 to 6 in one race. You have to be on it. Yeah. Right.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the GT3 League here on Project Cars 2 at Motive Racing for round 5 of the season at Spa, as you may recognise, one of the most iconic circuits in the world. My name's Andy, as you may recognise. I'm joined in the commentary box tonight by my usual commentator in the GT3s, that is Sergey Zeynalov. Sergey, welcome to the box, my friend. I think we're in for a bit of a treat tonight around this circuit.
Yeah, good evening Andy, and good evening everyone who are watching us now. Yeah, I think that it will be a great race tonight, because Spa is one of the best tracks in the world. I think it's one of the biggest tracks and one of the best if to consider the point of battling for positions, and I hope that we will see some battles here tonight, because we see that it's 12 drivers now and maybe there will be even more. Yeah, hope to see again great battles and good times from this guys.
Oh, Disco gets a little bit sideways there coming out of the bus stop. Keeps it together though, by the skin of his teeth. But yeah, we got 12 drivers out on the track, a few reserves for tonight, drivers who maybe weren't expecting a call up. We've got Richie, a former champion of these GT3s, out on the track, and he's driving. What's he driving in? He's in the
BMW. BMW.
Yeah, that's good choice, bold choice.
Same as Disco.
GT3s. Yeah, Disco has made it work to pretty decent effect. I've also had a few laps in it myself, and I've got to say it's actually a very solid choice around these GT3 class. So we've got the Mutt coming out the last corner in the Ferrari. Let's see what he can do as he comes up towards the line. Currently 4 minutes left in this practice session. It is a practice session, so this will not have any bearing on what the final grid will be. Grid order will be posting up for the start on the Discord server, so drivers going to keep an eye out for that one. As we see, Aussie Albie's disconnected from the session there, so not 100% sure what's going on. So. Hopefully he gets back in before this practice session concludes, otherwise he won't be able to take the start. Velside goes top of the leaderboard, look at that. 2 minute 19.2 from him, 1.3 seconds clear of Nando, but I think he's got a little bit more up his sleeve as Velside. We'll be able to see what exactly he's capable of throughout the course of this qualifying session, but he's on it tonight, you can already tell that. Craig coming in towards the final couple of corners now, out onto the start finish straight. What's Craig going to be able to do here in the Porsche? Up towards the line he comes, and he can't. He moves up to 7th place there with that lap. I'm Such a Nub, reserved for tonight, comes over in 9th. Decent time there from him. Let's hope that Aussie Albie can get back in here though. DJ Phil currently coming up the Kemmel straight, still got to set a lap time here in this session at the moment, but Velside looking once again, Sergey. We've seen him be dominant in a lot of the races so far this season. We saw him at Alton Park, wasn't able to take the win in the sprint races. Miguelito was absolutely on top form in the first race last week, but then the feature race, Velside just completely drove off, and I don't know if you had a chance to watch it. Obviously, you weren't in the box with me last week. We had Funstopper as a guest cameo, but Velside's looking extremely strong this season.
Yeah, I think it's a routine job for him. He's just showing his pace, and he's showing that he's always the best in motor racing, and he's showing his pace. And I think that he will even improve his lap times, because 2.19 is not so fast, I think. And yeah, he's going about 1 second faster in the second sector now. So I think we'll see about 2.18 or maybe even 2.17 if he will maybe have an absolutely brilliant lap.
Yeah, this is scorching stuff here from Velside. He's on another one on the level here, coming around this lap that he's on at the moment. 2 minute 18.4 is currently the projection, but let's see if he can find a little bit more time. Coming into the bus stop, goes a little bit deep. He would have lost a bit of time there, would have lost about 2 or 3 tenths maybe. Out of the last corner he comes, just kept it on the track limits there, so he wouldn't have lost completely binned the lap, but he comes up towards the line. Velside able to do a 2.18.5 despite that huge error coming through the last corner. Imagine what that could have been without that mistake, Sergey. It could have been the 2.17s, I reckon.
Yeah, I think so. It's maybe 2.18.1 or maybe even 2.17.
As
obviously Albie's trying.
Yeah, he joins the session there, but he's going to be late. He's going to be a day late and $1 short, because there's only 1 minute left to go before we get going for this sprint race. Hopefully he'll be able to join us for the feature race, but unfortunately there for our reserve, missing out on this particular race. Miguelito coming up towards the line, can't improve, stays in 4th at the moment. Disco face out there at the moment. I'm Such a Nub also and looks like he's coming out of the last corner. Oh, he goes really wide though, and that will have compromised his lap for sure. That's almost certainly going to be an invalid lap time there for I'm Such a Nub. He comes over the line anyway, and he does improve actually. He improves by 7 seconds, so that
yeah, but he's still more than 10 seconds off weather side, and he still need to find some pace here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. There's time to find for absolutely everybody out here. Disco Face is a man who I know likes this track very much. Has raced it in the GTE, sent me some fantastic setups for the BMW GTE car, and we know the GT3 car generally works the same with setups on project cars too, so let's see what he can do here in towards the bus stop chicane. Gets a nice run here. I reckon he could be up by about a couple of seconds here. Disco Face, up towards the line he comes. Let's see what this is going to be for him here. Here he comes over the line now, and he goes up to second place there, 2:19.9. So he knocks a huge chunk off of his that time there. Second man under a 2:20, but still not even close to Vale's side at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, good lap time, and hope that he will even improve more in the future race, or maybe he will do all his best in the sprint race to win it. Yeah, I hope that we may see some battles here in sprint race for the lead, for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll have to wait and see. But Clegg coming in towards the final corner now. As I just need to sort the grid order out, Sergey. So I'll let you take us through this last part.
Yeah, so Clegg is finishing his lap. He's currently 6 seconds off whale side, and no improvements, I think, or maybe it was an invalidated lap. Hope that he will be fast in quali and in both races. So Nando, one of the best now. He crossing the line, no improvements here. Still 2 seconds off whale side. And who's left? I think Miguelito and I'm such an up. I think only these guys. I'm sorry for this pronunciation.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly.
Oh, Miguelito! Watch this. Miguelito going very fast.
Yeah,
only about 2/10 behind whale side.
Wow, just that couldn't stop myself there from chiming in there because he just got really close, within 0.2 of a second of him. But it's going to be an exciting fight between Vale's side and Miguelito, and do not rule Disco out either. If he can keep it in that slipstream, or if he's just got a little bit more place up his sleeve, then this race could be an absolute barnstormer between those three. I'm Such a Nub coming over the line, can't improve. So that is that then for the practice session. I think.
Yeah, so
I've got the grid order sorted.
Whale side. Okay, Whale side is the fastest now, but Miguelito is really close to him. Hope that Disco MC Disco Face will find some pace in the qualification and in both races. Then Nando, Jim Grohl, Richie, the Mudsnuts, Clegg, I'm Such a Nub, Daryl Exchanger, and Djphil-green. Daryl and Djphil stayed in the pits because they know that it's only a practice session. Hope that they will be fast in this sprint race and in the future race in qualification. So now we just need to wait a bit, and there will be start of our sprint race. And now I think find the grid. I hope so. I'll find the grid order.
Almost there with the grid order, guys.
Okay. We have really multinational grid now, because there are a lot of guys from different countries, for example Bulgaria, Switzerland, Chile, France, Great Britain, USA, Malaysia. Yeah, so good to see drivers from different countries. It's always good and interesting. So here is the grid order. Green will start from the pole position now, then Clegg, then Jim Grohl, Disco MC Disco Face, and we know that he really likes this track, and maybe he'll try to be on the first place from start to finish. Then Darrell Exchanger, Nando, who is really fast today too, Miguelito, who's really close to Whaleset. Whaleset will start right behind Miguelito, so I think that it will be a really good fight between them. Then I think it's the Matsnuts. Then we'll start from the 10th place. Richie will start, and I'm Suching Up will start from P11. That's the grid order for our sprint race, and hope that we may see some more people in the feature race tonight. So 11 laps, we'll have 11 laps with, I think one lap is about 7 kilometers or something like this. Very long lap. The pit exit here is not so bad as in Assetto Corsa Competizione, because in Assetto Corsa we have a really big entry and really big exit from the pit lane. Some drivers. Ooh, someone just was standing. Okay, I think there is only damage imitation, so no problems for them. Yeah, the pits here are good. They're similar to Formula 1 in real life. So the pit exit is right here, not as in Assetto Corsa Competizione when you need to drive through the old pit lane and it takes about 1 minute or even more. And it's good. It's really good for all these drivers. Now they're going to their positions according to the grid order. Djphil, Clegg, Jim Brew, Disco Face, Richie need to start from P10. I hope that he knows about it. Oh, bless you, mate. Something strange happening in the back of the pack, but it's only a damage. They don't have, drivers don't have the full damage to their car. It's only visual. Oh, we see, I'm Suching Up. It's now spinning around, and hope that he'll be ready for the race. We're now on 10. Djphil, Clegg, Jim Grow, Disco. Then should be Darrell. Yeah, and Darrell is on P5 now, going really wide. Then Nando, Miguelito, no, the Matsnuts next. What is Richie doing? I don't understand it. I hope that he knows about his place in the grid order. Because now he's currently on P2. He is giving positions now back, and he'll start from the place he needed, I think. So, drivers are finishing their out lap, their formation lap, and Djphil will start this race. I think that he will start this race right after the bus stop chicane, because I don't think that he will go right up to the line and only after that he will accelerate. But who knows? Who knows? What may happen now? It's up to him. It's up to Djphil. He's driving in this McLaren now today, as always. Yeah, Richie is starting from P5. Okay. It's a mess here. Let's concentrate on Djphil. And I think we are racing. Yeah, we are racing.
There we go. Yeah. Underway, Djphil puts his foot to the floor. Craig going with him though already, and it looks like as though JM Graw's got a slightly shaky start. Disco's already looking to the inside. Also got Richie trying to defend from Djphil-green coming into that source as well. So it's as you were, all those guys staying in order at the moment. Also, that looks as though Miguelito is already in the pit, so I don't know what's happened there to him. He's had a horror show there on that formation. That something's gone horribly wrong there for the champion as we ride on board with Craig coming up through Eau Rouge and Radio, and in that slipstream with Djphil. Djphil getting a nice run there, coming up through the corner, out onto the Camel Straight we come. Disco Face is already up into third place there ahead of JM Graw. He's looking to the inside, but now JM Graw's going to try and come back at him. AMG versus BMW Power here as we see Craig being very open to an attack here. Disco up the inside coming into the coom. He's going to lay on the brakes, try and get Djphil as well. No, he isn't, but he's got that move done there as he loses the car on the exit of the corner though. Disco faces into the wall there. He gets horribly out of shape there, puts it into the barriers. He's going to wait for the whole pack to come past there as Miguelito's now coming up on the scene. But I think Miguelito may have jumped the start at the beginning, Sergey, and that might be why he got a drive through. As we can see, Disco Face down to 10th place here in this race. Djphil still leads ahead of Craig, JM Graw and Darrell Exchange, and Nando there running in 5th place. Velside's already made a couple of places up into 6th place there. Good start there from him as Nando gets really wide there, and Velside's going to pick him off there up into 5th place. The Mutsnuts running behind this pack. You can see they're running on board with the Mutsnuts here coming down the hill in towards Bill, and Velside's got that move done on Nando's very wide there, so Mutsnuts is going to move up the inside up into 6th place even, but Nando's still there on the inside coming up towards Campus. Still side by side here as Nando tries to throw it back up the inside. The Mutsnuts is going to try and brave it around the outside here at the first part of Campus, and he's done that really nicely there. Nando in the end not fighting him too hard for that one, but he's going to try and have a look. Coming to Stavilo here, is he going to go for it? No, thinks better of it. Good stuff there from him as the Mutsnuts goes really wide though onto the gravel, and Nando straight back up the inside there up into 6th place once again. I thought he got that move done there, but a little mistake there onto the brakes has lost him that position as Djphil still leads ahead of Craig, JM Graw and Darrell.
Yeah, they're driving really nice, and it was a great overtake. The Mutsnuts shown us a great overtake, but after that he went to the gravel and now he's struggling, and we see Richie is all over his back, and we'll try to overtake him for the 7th place. And Wellside gaining another position. He overtook Darrell Exchanger, and Wellside is up P4 now. I think he knows about Miguelito, and he knows about the fact that Miguelito was in the pits, and he lost a lot of time. And now I think Wellside will try to take these guys as fast as possible. And the first one, oh, Craig made a mistake, and JM Graw now made a maneuver for the 2nd place. Hope that they understand each other in this corner in Rouge.
Yeah, it looks like Craig there was very sensible. So
Wellside
really wide there.
almost lost it.
Wellside there.
And Craig.
That run.
Oh, JM Graw, I'm sorry, JM Graw. We took Djphil-green, and JM Graw is going up to P1 now. Great job from him. So well, oh my god,
Darrell,
it's great.
Darrell gives Craig a big shunt up the rear there coming into the cone, and he saw a rear wing there go flying. Obviously visual damage, but Craig's not going to thank him for that, I'm sure, as Djphil's now got a load of cars sticking up his backside here. Looks like Darrell has to go around the outside of Craig there as Nando's tucking him behind, and Nando all over the grass.
Disconnected, I think.
Somebody has disconnected. Yeah, you are right. I think
it's Miguelito.
Miguelito's probably thrown in the towel there due to that horror show. He might have had a drive through at the start there, which brought him into the pits at the end of the formation. But Djphil's going to try and cover Darrell off. Oh, he squeezes him, and Darrell onto the grass. Has to back out of that one massively there. Craig and Nando up the inside of him as they're queuing up behind Djphil now, coming down the hill. JM Graw and Velside have broken away at the front. They're 1 and 2. Djphil has got Craig, Nando, Darrell, the Mutsnuts, all in very close contention. Richie pulling up to this pack as well, as I'm Such Another and Disco have dropped off from the lead pack here. But this is the battle. Oh,
drifting!
Nando gets spun around there by Darrell, and they're both out of the race. Well, they've both been spun out of onto the gravel, and they're out of this battle here right now. They're right off the back of the pack there, as you can see the Mutsnuts and Richie squeezing them through. But Darrell's just kept ahead of them. I'm Such an Up there. and Nando's just in front of Daryl with Disco Face running down in 10th place after a promising start to the race. Looked like he had second done and dusted there on the first lap, but then spun out coming through the comb. He's lost his front bonnet as well there, so that's definitely been in the wars somewhere as Richie stormed to the back of Craig and Valeside. It's all over the back of the race leader JM Gruhl here, coming into the bus stop chicane for the third time here in this race. Onto the brakes, very, very heavy on the brakes. You go from 170 miles an hour all the way down to about 60 miles an hour coming to that corner, as we can see these guys coming down the start finish straight now. Valeside's going to tuck into the slipstream and try and get a move done here if he can. Is he going to pull out and go for a lunge into the source? He thinks about it, but thinks better of it, and JM Gruhl for the time being has got his number. DJ Phil, Richie, Craig still very, very close there. The Mutt-Nuts just behind Nando and
Richie overtook DJ Phil.
Richie
Good maneuver from Richie, and he made about 5 positions now in one sector only. He was on P8 and now he's running on P3. Great job from him.
Amazing stuff there from Richie, and that's why he's a former champion here of this GT3 division. Obviously himself and Miguelito, both former champions here at Motive for the Project Cars 2 GT3 League. As the Mutt-Nuts get out of shape there a little bit, and Craig's going to swoop up the inside. Is Nando going to be close enough? I think Nando's too far away from this battle actually to do anything there. Yeah, he's way too far back. But Mutt-Nuts making a small little mistake there, and it's lost in 5th place. Right into Lacombe they come.
Craig was so close.
DJ Phil, with DJ Phil kept it together though, he has. Nicely done there. Valeside still on the back of JM Gruhl in the battle for the lead. Down the hill they come. Back to the battle though for it between Richie, DJ Phil, Craig, the Mutt-Nuts. As they can see there, we've got Craig having that. Sorry, that's Craig having another look there on the inside of DJ Phil. Can't get it done though. And DJ Phil at the moment standing his ground and doing a good job, keeping cool and calm and composed.
Yeah, he's trying to take his place and trying
Nando
to defend it. Yeah, Nando made a little mistake there, and it's a chance for Daryl Stranger to gain another position. And Disco Face is not so far from them. He's in the same pace as leaders, or even faster than them. Oh my god, he made a mistake.
He spun out coming through Braun there. He's completely lit up the rear tyres.
Commentators curse again.
Further off the back of the pack. It's all going horribly wrong for this man here. JM Gruhl still just ahead of Valeside. He's doing amazingly, JM Gruhl, to keep Valeside behind him. I don't know how he's managing to weather all this pressure.
Yeah.
He's just soaking it all up. He's not letting it get to him. He's not letting the panic or the stress or the fear of the situation worry him in any way. And at the moment,
I have a déjà vu now of the Tier 2 race in Assetto Corsa Competizione. Yeah, Tier 2 race in GT4s, when we saw that 2 BMWs were fighting for the first place for the whole race, and they were racing the same, and now we see another 2 German cars. Yeah, Kada and Ryan Ruby. Yeah. And now we see another 2 German cars.
What would be heartbreaking now is if Valeside was to make a move on the last lap and then get a penalty, but Valeside's up the inside coming through with a source, and he's got the one done up into 1st place there, so JM Gruhl in the end, I think it's just giving him that position. Flash the lights there from JM Gruhl, says, go on son, see what you can do out the front. But Richie's still running in 3rd as we see DJ Phil still keeping his pack of cars behind him. The Mutt-Nuts has got ahead of him up into 4th, and now Nando's looking to have a piece of the action as well here. Side by side coming up towards El Rouge. Nando all over the gas there as he tries to squeeze through the position there. He's done that really well there as Nando up into 5th place, and DJ Phil goes straight on over Radion. Oh, he needs to be careful.
So close to the walls.
Oh my god. Daryl's got a slipstream here coming up the Kemmel straight, and is he going to be close enough to make a move coming into the Coombe? It's going to be pretty much nip and tuck here as DJ Phil's trying to cover him off, and Daryl do not have to make everybody out the outside there. In towards the Coombe they come, and I think Daryl's just going to have to wait a little bit longer to get up into that 6th place there. DJ Phil defending very aggressively, but hard but fair in that situation. He got his elbows out, and you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to defend your position. Oh,
and the Mutt-Nuts trying to overtake Richie now.
DJ Phil did get wide coming to the next corner, and that did allow Daryl up into 6th place, so he's made that move there as the Mutt-Nuts was making a bit of a ding-dong there.
Craig is right there.
Craig's all over
not
the back
sleeping.
there. Yes. Oh, he's lost it!
DJ Phil.
Oh, DJ Phil. That's so unfortunate there as he gets it going again. Disco's managed to get ahead of him up into 8th place there. DJ Phil dropping back down the order, but Richie running just ahead of the Mutt-Nuts, Nando and Daryl Exchanger here in this mid-pack battle here for the GT3s at Motive Racing. Project Cars 2 League always serves up some good battles.
Yeah, this group is smaller and smaller now, but we still have a good battle, and we still have got some laps till the end of the race, so for that we'll see. And Valeside, JM Gruhl is now on the 1st place. Yeah, the Valeside is...
When was
what
that?
has happened? I don't know.
This is incredible, it really is. I have no idea when he did that, but JM Gruhl is running just ahead of Velside once again now, and Miguelito may be watching this and hoping and praying that Velside trips over himself in some way or another, as we've got JM Gruhl trying to run him out of road there, and Velside's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Down and start finish straight they come, up towards that source. I think Velside's going to have that run again. It's going to be pretty much a repeat of what we saw on the previous lap, I think. Is it? No. Velside backs out of it, thinks better of it, didn't want to go for a lunge. JM Gruhl for now holding on grimly, but Velside's going to go for this run here, coming up towards
They're going side by side now.
He's got it done already, I think.
Will they understand each other or not?
Yeah, he's done it, but he backed out really nicely there. JM Gruhl
Have a better exit now, and more speed.
Here we come, through ready on they go, and up down the Camel Straight. JM Gruhl's going to tuck into that slipstream here. This is a great battle between these two out the front. They're completely leaving the rest of them in their trail right now, as JM Gruhl's looking to the outside of Velside, but I think Velside's going to complete the move here into Lacombe. Unless he goes deep into the corner or messes up coming through this section of the track, I think that should be done and dusted there for Velside. So he's got the lead, he can now show what he can do here out the front. Has he got the pace to leave JM Gruhl behind him? The Mutsnuts there still running in the front. Oh, Richie's up it! Oh, he's in the wall! And he's resets the car onto the track there. He's dropped back behind Nando and Daryl Exchanger as well, so those guys up into 4th and 5th respectively. And Craig's now not too far behind as well, with Disco in hot pursuit. These two in 7th and 8th places. Disco, to be fair to him, with all the mistakes he's made in this race, has actually had some decent pace here, and he's only about 8 seconds off of a podium spot. So Disco has been flying out there when he hasn't been in the wall or facing the wrong way, but it's just a case of keeping that car pointing in the right direction. But Daryl Exchange currently on the back of Nando at the moment. These two dropped off the back of the Mutsnuts ever so slightly as they're coming up towards campus now. Is he going to be able to go for a move here? Daryl, he has a little look, tries to feint to the inside there, but Nando's not having any of that, and is not being distracted in any way, shape or form by the antics of Daryl Exchanger.
So Daryl Exchanger is very close.
He's all over the back bumper of him though. He is probing and pushing and trying to force Nando into a mistake. Is Nando going to give him anything to go on, or is Daryl just going to be sat there waiting forever and ever and ever for something to pop up when it actually never does? But they're coming towards Blanchimont here. Could be flat out if you've got the right setup on the car, as Nando goes really wide there, all over the artificial grass, coming up towards the bus stop chicane now. He hasn't looked to the inside of the Mutsnuts. It's interesting now because Nando is trying to attack on the Mutsnuts but defend from Daryl, so he's in a bit of a sandwich right now as they're coming out. The Mutsnuts takes Nando with him, and Daryl Exchanger squeezes through up into 3rd. Nando in the wall. Oh no! And in the end, I think Nando's going to drop back behind Richie there, and the Mutsnuts up into 4th place.
Nando's in 6th place now. So unlucky for him, so unlucky.
The Mutsnuts getting away really lightly there with that one. Nando just got caught up horribly. Wrong place, wrong time there for him. The Mutsnuts still on the back of Daryl, so he's very fortunate there to get away relatively unscathed.
But I think that it was only a race incident because the Mutsnuts lost his car and he was just a passenger there, and Nando was just in the wrong place.
Nothing you could do. It wasn't the Mutsnuts' fault. It's just one of those things that happen in racing. You know, you can't pin.
And the Mutsnuts now again lost.
Oh, he's pinned it coming in towards the club, and Richie's going to come up on the scene here, move off into 4th. Nando's going to follow as well. So the Mutsnuts there losing 2 places with that little skirmish there, and now he's got Craig not too far off the back of him as well. Gap at the front between Velside and JM Gruhl is up at 2.3, so Velside continuing to exert his dominance on this GT3 field. He has been absolutely on it here over the course of this one. Went and chased JM Gruhl down, had a great fight with him actually. Those two were dicing it out for a little while, managed to get the move done, eventually made it stick, and he's now pulling out the gap at the front as DJ Phil is dropped just behind Disco Face. Disco's made another mistake here. He's now 27 seconds off of the lead. This race has gone from bad to worse for Disco, as the Mutsnuts still running in 6th, and Nando all over the place there. He's really ragging that Porsche around. He must have a setup that is absolutely on the edge there, because he is pushing it beyond limits and he's having to constantly correct and
Disco left the session.
Disco Face with another retirement.
I think it's a disconnection.
It's another retirement there. Unfortunately for him, we'll score no points there for this round, as Nando's still running in 5th place at the moment, just ahead of the Nuts by about 3 seconds, but he's running just behind Richie at this point. As we can see there, Craig still running in 7th place. He's got 20 seconds back to DJ Phil, and I'm such a nub, running a few seconds off of the back of DJ Phil just at the moment. Vellside's gap to JM Gould continuing to extend, 3.5 seconds between the top two, as Craig's pretty close to the back of the Nuts here, but I think he's probably too far back to make anything happen here into the bus stop chicane. Nando's still sat in 5th place, still about a second off of the back of Richie there in this battle for 4th place, as they're coming over the line now to start lap 8. 4 laps left to go here at Spa-Francorchamps, the sprint race. Stay tuned for the feature race coming up after this, ladies and gentlemen. We've got plenty of action lined up here over the course of this evening for Motive Racing's Super Saturday show here on Project Cars 2. But Nando maybe starting to drop off at the back of Richie a little bit now. Richie was a couple of seconds quicker than him on the previous lap, so see what he's got in his locker to try and respond to this. Has he got anything to come back with? We'll have to wait and see. The Nuts there in the background, still running in 6th place, and he's kind of gapped Craig just a tad over the course of this last lap or so. At the moment, coming in towards Lacombe, I think that Nando's just too far back to make anything happen there with Richie, as these guys are now 5 seconds off at the back of Darryl. Oh, Richie's lost it! Richie's been in on the exit of the corner there, and he's going to lose out. Nando up into 4th place. Richie's going to hold on there ahead of the Nuts by the skin of his teeth, as Nando once again going so wide there, coming out of that corner onto the grass. Richie's still sat in P5 for now, as Nando's wide now. Oh my gosh, it's all going off here, as now Richie's trying to get the move back down on Nando here, coming down the hill. He's going to try and get a good run here coming out of this corner and get that slipstream coming down the hill into this very, very tight left-hander pull on. It's a very, very long sweeping left-hander down the hill. Right rear tyres take a bit of a beating, but for now Richie can't get it done and can't get back on terms with Nando.
Yeah, these guys made a lot of mistakes in this race, so they weren't consistent now and they're changing their positions from time to time. But still, they're fighting for good points, for really decent points. I can say it's the battle for 4th place between 3 guys. Oh, and Nando again made a little mistake there. So they will receive big points, and they will still, I think, hope to win this title. But I think all knows that Vellside will take it for. I can give 95% guarantee that Vellside will be a champion in this season, but they still can fight for the 2nd place, for 3rd place.
I'll tell you what would stop Vellside from taking the championship now. Oh, as we can see Richie trying to go outside of Nando there, and manages to do it. That's a great move there from him, as Nando almost clipped his rear end. So he's sweep round up into 4th place there. I was going to say, the only thing that could realistically stop Vellside from taking this championship now is if he either he loses his internet, or has to move house, or a meteorite hits his house. It's very, very unlikely, as you say. He seems to just have everything under control, and I thought maybe Miguelito might have a chance.
Technical problems.
I thought Miguelito has the pace to match him at certain times, but the consistency that Vellside's got, he can just consistently put in the laps each and every time. It's unbelievable how close he is to his best every time.
I hope that Miguelito will be back for the future race.
Now they're on the outside of Richie there, up into 4th place. Sorry to cut you off there, mate. We got the Nuts stuck in behind there in 6th place, but Nando done that brilliantly, and I thought Nuts was going to have a look there to the inside of Richie. As we
Nando again made a mistake.
Yeah, he seems to really struggle through that part of the track, and Richie drives clean around the outside. Nando got a little bit late on the brakes, and the Nuts gives a bit of a tap in the rear there as he tries to come through, trying to put a hand on his shoulder and say, "I'm coming through, son." But for now, Nando holding that one off, as the Nuts can't get it done. The Nuts still trying to hound and hassle him every way that he can, rides over the grass a little bit there, as Nando went a little bit wide all over the curb, and manages to hold on to the position just about by the skin of his teeth. These guys are dropping off of Darryl. Darryl's continuing to pull out the gap to them, currently sat in that final podium spot. It's going to be interesting now to see if Darryl Exchange has got the pace to close in on JM Gould and get ahead of him before the end of this sprint race. As we see there, Nando's still holding on ahead of the Nuts.
Yeah, Darryl was about 2 seconds faster than Jim Grohl in the last lap, and only about 1 second slower than Vellside. I think he's got a pace, and maybe he can fight for the 3rd place, even for the 2nd place, even in the future race, if he will have a good quali. And again, hope to see Disco Face and Miguelito back, because they've got
They'll
pace.
be contenders for the podium, for sure.
Yeah, and they can bring us a great battle here. hope that they will be back.
Absolutely, as you can see the Nuts still just behind Nando right now. These two coming in towards the bus stop, but still as you were in that battle, Richie's tried to and succeeded actually in gapping them a little bit now. He's got about a second back to Nando here as they're coming over the line to start the 10th lap of the race. Penultimate lap here at Spa-Francorchamps, the sprint race. This is only the beginning tonight though, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the feature race coming up after this, so don't go anywhere, hold your horses and stick around because we've got more action lined up. The feature race always providing that little bit extra value for money, so that's obviously why it is the second event, because we try and build up a little bit of excitement and tension and let the drivers battle it out for the sprint race. And then the feature race is where you really want to be, you want to get front row seats for that. That's a standing start straight into it. It's always very, very tense and cagey at the beginning, but it's always exciting to watch aeromotive racing. As we can see now, Nando's got the move done on Richie, but he goes a little bit late on the brakes. He's going to go deep into the corner. Has he managed to make it? He has actually done that really nicely there, as Nuts has moved up and Richie's made a mistake. Richie's had a spin there. He's dropped off of them massively there. He's now dropping into the country with Clegg. So Richie there having a bit of a spin, and it's dropped him 5 seconds off of the back of Nando and the Nuts.
Yeah, so Craig is now really close to Richie, and maybe he will fight for the 6th place, but I don't think that he has got enough time for that, because it's the pre-last lap, and all these drivers will start their last lap in some moments. And I think that Craig will still be in 7th place, and he'll lose his car a bit. He goes a bit wide there. I think that the Nuts only can fight with Nando on the last lap, because they are in 1 second between each. It's only 1 second between them. Let's watch. Wellside has got the penalty, but I think that Darrell exchange Wellside and Nando has got 1 second. Oh, Wellside has got 2 second penalty, but he's about 10 seconds off Jim Grew.
That was going to be hard pushed to get into 2nd place, because with that penalty it's going to hinder him in trying to get ahead of JM Grew. He's not only got to pass him on the last lap, but he's also got to pull out the gap as well. We have got some breaking news coming in from the Discord general chat section here at Motive also. That is the Disco Face has pulled out of the GT3 League for this Project Cars 2 season. That is a real shame there to see. He's absolutely done with the GT3s. He says racing for absolutely nothing. Half the group we started with isn't here anymore. Some of the guys are nowhere near standard. Half the guys have no idea where they start. Sorry, but I'm done wasting time through the week. But that's a shame there. Well, to be fair, Disco, you're going to like what's in the pipeline for next season, but it's a real shame to lose you there, mate. Honestly, would dearly love to see you in the feature race, just due to the fact that it's going to be a representative grid order. Nah, that'd be a shame. Yeah,
it's a shame. It's such a shame that we are losing driver like Disco Face. But yeah, this happens, and we know there are some technical issues or something like that, and people retire from this.
That is a shame. But obviously, if he's not enjoying the racing, then you shouldn't. I suppose it's right. If you're not enjoying it, then you shouldn't do it. But it's a shame that Disco's always a good, solid racer, and yeah, it's a shame that he's obviously decided to throw in the towel. Still racing for nothing. There's no motivation. Velside walks it from the start.
I think that you can find motivation in everything. For example, to battle even for the 2nd place.
Well, here comes Velside, the man of the moment, speaking of the devil. He comes out at the last corner, and he's going to take a sprint race win here. Had a good battle with JM Grew. He didn't walk this one, to be fair. JM Grew put up a good fight, but a flash of lights from Velside, the championship leader, extends his margin at the top of the leaderboard, and is looking ever more stronger and more of a dead cert for this championship. JM Grew coming out of the last corner. He's going to come in 2nd. Darrell was reeling him in and brought the gap down to a 1.5 seconds as they came over the line to complete the race, but JM Grew finishes in P2. Darrell completes the podium. Here comes Nando into the bus stop now. It's going to be a P4 for him. Comes out on top in that brilliant mid-pack battle.
Made a mistake, I think.
Yeah, the Muttnuts did make a mistake. Nando is the winner in that mid-pack battle with Richie, Craig and the Muttnuts. Great driving there from Nando. Richie crosses the line to finish in 5th place. Craig is going to finish in 6th. There he is. The Muttnuts finishes in 7th place, just behind them. DJ Phil, a long way behind, just coming out of the middle part of the lap now. It's going to be an 8th place finish there for DJ Phil. If he holds on ahead of them, such a nub, has he got the pace to cling on there in that battle as they're coming through the final part of this lap just about now in towards Blanchimont. DJ Phil comes, he just needs to nail these last couple of corners here in the McLaren. Headlights beaming, he's obviously enjoying his racing tonight. DJ Phil, big shout out to him, one of our coordinators here at Motive on our Project Cars 2 leagues, and he's also a ever-present figure within the community, been here since the beginning, also presents his own radio show, Radio Seren, in his in other news as well, but he comes over the line now to finish in 8th place. I'm Such a Knob finishes in 9th, and that is that then for the sprint race. Outside JM Gould, Daryl completing the podium there for the sprint race. Some excellent action across the board, and Sergey, I'm sure we're hoping to see as much of the same coming up shortly for these guys.
Yeah, I hope to see it, but when we were on the last laps there wasn't so much battles, and yeah, really hope that Miguelito will join the future race, or maybe Disco MC Disco Face will make his last race here in Motive Racing. Yeah, but still hope to see some battle in the future. Well, let's watch what will happen there.
Yeah, absolutely. Still lots to happen, still lots of excitement to be had, so definitely stick around, don't go anywhere guys. We will be live for the feature race qualifying session in a moment. Lovely. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here for the first qualifying session of the evening. We had a practice session earlier on to precede the sprint race, and we're now here for the 15-minute qualifying session, which will precede the feature race here at Spa-Francorchamps for Motive Racing's GT3 League. We're here for round 5 of the season. We had an absolutely exciting opening round of the opening race of the evening, and hoping for more of the same, minus a couple of drivers. Unfortunately, Disco Face has decided to throw in the towel for this season. Wasn't enjoying his racing as much as he would like, and unfortunately he's decided that it's not up to the it's not really for him at the moment for this GT3 League, but we've got to respect that and understand that maybe he's doesn't have the time to practice as much as he would like. But
yeah, maybe he's not satisfied with his pace, and because of that he just decided to drop off. Yeah,
well it could be a whole number of factors which contribute to that, but it's a shame, and obviously we hope that we'll see Disco out on the track at some point soon here at Motive in the not too distant future. But for now, we've got Daryl still out there at the moment in that Merc AMG, as well as the Mutts Nuts, Nando, Craig, JM Gruel, Richie, DJ Phil, I'm Such a Nub, Velside, and Miguelito also out on the track at the moment. But Sergey, 10 drivers out on the track still, I'm sure all going to be fighting for the podium positions. It's definitely going to be exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah, hope so. We saw that there can be a good battle in the mid-pack for the third place, from 3rd to 8th, and I think it may happen again in this feature race, and hope that these battles will be for longer time, for more laps. And yeah, but now it's quali, and it's about 12 minutes left. We see that outlap is really big here, really long, and drivers don't have enough time to show their time, so the best time in the qualification, because they don't have a lot of opportunities to do this, because of the track is really big, and if they will mess up one lap, they lose about 2 minutes, and it's very big here in racing. So hope that all of these drivers will show all the best in this qualification. As we are seeing now, Daryl Exchanger is on the Camel Straight. It's a deep evening here, as I think. Yeah, I think it's a deep evening in Spa-Francorchamps, Belgian track. So now Daryl, then Nando, then the Mutts Nuts. What has happened?
Oh my god, it's so hot today, man. It's absolutely boiling. I'm roasting in this heat.
We are not live?
No, we are. Yeah, I'm just saying we're roasting in this heat. It's so hot today. Let us know, guys, where you're at in the world. Let us know what temperature it is. It's very hot where I am. I'm in London, or just north of London, and I am very much struggling in this heat. I don't know if it's the same for everybody else. We've got Simon Blair in the comments saying, Richie, my brakes locked up, sorry, obviously just referring to that incident there where he hit him in the back. And Disco says, nice one, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Definitely do, Disco. We're going to have a I might as well just say it. My plan for Project Cars 2 Leagues next season that it's going to be a qualifying session of 15 minutes followed by an endurance race of an hour. There's going to be no reverse grids, it's just going to be straight up qualifying followed by a 1 hour endurance race, similar to the ACC GT4 and GT3 leagues that we've got. So that's the idea for these Project Cars 2 leagues, make them a little bit more like the ACC leagues, and also we're going to introduce some damage into the equation as well, because I think visual damage isn't really enough of a deterrent for a lot of these drivers. Do you know what I mean, Sergey?
Yeah, I think it's not enough.
It's not enough of a deterrent, you know. There's no consequences for going ploughing into somebody, going late on the brakes. You know, you completely get away scot-free from ramming somebody up the backside, or for taking someone out. You know, it's just not really what you want. So from next season onwards, we're going to be implementing a damage system, whether that be performance impacting or full damage, yet to be decided. But watch this space. Project Cars 2 players, for those who would like or appreciate a more sim experience, it's definitely going to be what you're looking for over the course of the next couple of seasons. But Craig coming out of the last corner, out of the bus stop. Let's see what he'll be able to do here. Comes up towards the line. Let's see if he can improve here. Coming up towards the line, and he goes up to P4 there. And just to confirm, it'll be a little bit more of a screening for the for admitting drivers into the leagues as well. So there's going to be more rigorous tests that drivers have to complete, and obviously those who have picked up penalty points will have to prove to us that that they're safe to be out on the track, and so on and so forth. So there will definitely be a few more measures put in place to make sure that driving out on the track is to the standard that we come to expect. But I'm Spa-Francorchamps coming up towards the final couple of corners now. Let's see what he can be able to do here. Onto the brakes he comes in towards the bus stop, taking a wide entry, keeping to a good racing line here. Let's see what he does coming out of the corner, gets his power down up towards the line. What is this going to be for I'm Spa-Francorchamps, driving in the number 50 yellow Ferrari 488, crosses over the line now, and he goes P5 there with 225, not too far off the fastest time. JM Gruhl goes up into 4th there, only a 1.2 seconds off. JM Gruhl put up such a great fight.
Oh, Miguelito.
Fell side in the sprint, and Miguelito there is back in the lobby. Good to see. He's still yet to set a lap time there.
Yeah, he was the part of his car, and yeah, we see that there is a big damage to his car, but yeah, it's only visual. But nevertheless, he doesn't have lights anymore now.
They should take a bashing at some point. Yeah. As we can see Nando there currently sat in the pits. Darren Exchange just brought it in, so he's clearly not happy with something. JM Gruhl coming through the middle sector now. Richie just coming out of the pits. They must not sat in the garage. Craig coming through the final part of this lap. Let's see if he's able to improve on this one that he's currently on at the moment. He's set a best lap time of 7th so far at 2:38. We imagine that's probably an out lap with a few skirmishes thrown into the bag as well. So he's got a point to prove here. Very wide there coming through Blanchimont, getting a bit onto the grass. Not too much onto the grass. If you get too much of that wheel onto the grass, then it can really destabilise you for the left-hand turn as you flat out through the corner. But Craig didn't get too badly onto that grass. In towards the bus stop he comes. Bit of a so-so exit out of the corner, not the exit that he would have wanted. Coming up towards the line now. What is Craig going to be able to do here? Currently sat in 7th, and he moves up into 6th there and pushes Spa-Francorchamps down a pace. Miguelito here coming up towards the line. What can he do? Currently sat in 10th still here to set a lap, and he still doesn't set a lap. So that's out a lap there. DJ Phil coming through the middle sector. We've got Craig out there. JM Gruhl coming into the final part of the lap. Nando coming through Lacombe as we're now going to ride with JM Gruhl. He put up a really good fight in the sprint race, came 2nd earlier on. It did a really good job. I was impressed to see him step up to the plate and give Velside a bit of a fight. Now what has he got up his sleeve? Is he going to be able to really take it to these guys? Currently 4th in this qualifying session. Into the bus stop he comes, not too wide there coming on the entry. So he's staying well within the white lines. Oh, he loses it though. He's off onto the grass. Oh no, that's a shame there, JM Gruhl.
Yeah, he had a bad exit of the corner there.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit over cookie on the exit as DJ Phil coming up towards the line. Stuart set a lap time here. This will be his first flying lap of the session. What can he do? He crosses over now and he can't improve. Stays in 9th. Miguelito and the Mutsnuts and DJ Phil, the only drivers still yet to set a lap time here. Somebody's lagging, I think. No, it's not. It's not lag. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I was horrified there. I thought I was a bit of lag there, but Craig is still in the session as Richie's coming in towards the final corner now. Let's see what he's able to do. Here he comes out at the last corner, out to the start finish straight. What is this going to be for Richie? He crosses over and he can't improve.
Outlap, I think. I think it was an outlap.
I need to quickly check something, Sergey. I'm back on the mic in a second. That won't BMO.
Yeah, okay, so I'll commentate a bit. Nando is now exiting the last corner and he's now about only 2/10 behind Velside. So let's watch. No, I think it was an outlap again for him. Where is Velside? Velside is here, warming up his tires. Now the best lap time he have is 2.19.5. It's not so fast. We've seen that he can be about 2 seconds faster than this time. So let's watch what he will do. Okay, will be next to cross the line. I think it will be Miguelito now. Yeah, he doesn't have any lap time, and he goes on P3 now, very close to each other there. The top 4 is really close, and Nando and Jim Grew. Oh no, I thought that they have absolutely the same time, but Nando has got 2.19.8 and Jim Grew has got 2.20.8. Really interesting to see. So Richie is struggling in this quali session, I think. Richie is really struggling. He's only on 6th place now. So I'm searching up. We'll be next to cross the line, and he's slowing down before the bus stop chicane. I think it was an outlap for him. Yeah, he goes really wide, and I think it will be an invalidated this lap and the next lap, according to the Project Cars system. Djphil-green is exiting the last corner now, goes straight to the line, goes only P9, 7 seconds behind the whale side. Not the time that he would have wanted, and the Matsnuts is sitting in the pits. Really interesting. Maybe he... no, I don't think that he has got any time to show his lap time.
I think he's going to have missed out. Unfortunately there, the Matsnuts not going to get an opportunity to show what he could do, as Richie comes over to take P5 there. Just saw on the timing screen, so nice lap there from our former champion of the GT3s, Clegg, coming through the middle sector now as Nando's coming up towards the line. What's this going to be for our man in the Porsche? Is he going to be able to improve, find a bit of time here, crosses over now up into P2 there, 800s off the whale side.
Yeah, 81 milliseconds over the whale side, but watch the times, it's not so fast. Whale side's best is 2.19.5, and I think that now it will be absolutely flying lap for him. I think it will be about 2.18.6. 2.18.8.
Look at that.
Whale side improves.
Wow, he's just on another level, especially even in these nighttime conditions. What can Miguelito do? The only man who was able to get close to him in the practice session before the sprint race. Coming up towards the line now, Miguelito goes fastest, look at that, 19 thousandths of a second. Miguelito is your man on provisional pole here at Spa. Valside's now got to try and go and find a little bit more time here in what is very cold conditions. The night time here at Spa, it's not going to be easy to get that hammer down and to find the grip out there, but Miguelito, last season's champion, showing that he's not done yet, and if he's going down, then he's going to go down on his sword fighting with this one.
Yeah, great lap from Miguelito, and he's now really showing that he can fight with the whale side, and it's really great to see it. So Clegg going up to the line and improving, but it's not enough even to be on P6. So Jim Grew is currently on P6 and he's done, as well as the Matsnuts, he's on P10. Daryl Exchange and Nando and Whaleside. Whaleside is done for the session. It's not be a pole for him. I think it's for the first time when he's driving in motive racing in Project Cars. It won't be a pole for Whaleside. Wow. Great job from Miguelito there.
Yeah, that's brilliant stuff there. 19 thousandths is the gap between the two of them, so that is really impressive there from him, as Djphil coming up towards the line can't improve on his current best of this session so far at the moment. Richie coming in towards the final couple of corners. He might get another lap after this as well.
I think yes.
He might just make it over the line in time. So Richie
maybe enough.
Let's see what this is for him.
It will be enough.
He doesn't improve on that attempt, but he will get one more.
He will have.
He's sat in P5 provisionally.
Yeah, he will have another lap, as well as such an up, and as well as Djphil-green. These guys are currently not so fast, and especially I can say it about I'm such an up and Djphil-green, because they are off the back for about 8 seconds. But let's watch, maybe even Richie will try to be in top 3, or maybe to be on the pole position. Who knows? It will be really interesting to watch Richie on pole. I just want to see Richie on pole.
I just want to say while we're here, a big shout out to the Only G and his 7 different YouTube accounts which he's gone on to dislike this video on. Thanks for the hate, always appreciated. Giving us the free views, always very kind of you, and keep the hate coming. As we see, I'm Such a Nub coming through the middle sector now down the hill. He's 7 seconds off for the fastest time at the moment, Sergey, but Miguelito's at the outside looking very strong. I'm Such a Nub though is getting there. He's getting quicker as this session, as this night goes on. He seems to be finding a bit of time here and there.
Yeah, Miguelito is doing a good job in the night. And Richie is done. Richie's in the pits. He won't show any time. So I'm Such a Nub. He's only one man to show the lap time now. He's in the 2nd sector. All of us are waiting for him. It's not bad for him. He out-qualified Djphil and he won't start even from P9. He will start from P8. I think it was an invalidated lap for him. I don't know if it works in Project Cars same as in Assetto Corsa Competizione, because if in Assetto Corsa Competizione you are going off the track with all 4 wheels, it's invalidated lap without any doubts, but maybe in Project Cars it's a different story. Let's see if I'm Such a Nub will find some pace to try to overtake Clegg, but I don't think so. He was really slow in this lap and it was seen. And I think he will stay on P8. Yeah, I think he made no improvements.
So there's that then. So Miguelito there taking pole by 19 thousandths, so close between those top 2. Velside 3/10 quicker in the 1st sector. Miguelito gained 7/10 on Velside through that middle sector. That McLaren is absolutely planted through the corners. You can see there the AMG taking the speed back, coming down the straights, the faster sections like obviously the Camel Straight and the run up to the bus stop, but the middle sector is where Velside is losing out to Miguelito. Miguelito on fire through that part of the lap. If Velside wants to get this one done, he's probably going to get a good chance coming up the hill towards Nakum on the 1st lap, but anything can happen here. These two I'm sure can have a great fight. Nando and Daryl not too far off. Richie is going to be in that fight for the podium spots. JM Gore also, Clegg, I'm Such a Nub, Djphil and the Mutts Nuts rounding out the field for this feature race.
Yep. Let's watch what they will show us. It's 16 lap race with the pit window, with the mandatory pit.
Yeah,
I think yes.
Standing start, so straight into it, no chances to warm the tyres up or do a formation lap. It's literally just jump in, show us what you can do. But all these drivers now pretty experienced for the most part, with the exception of I'm Such a Nub jumping in tonight for the tier 1s as a reserve. Used to race regularly in the tier 2s back when we did have 2 tiers, but obviously Project Cars 2 just having a bit of a downward spiral on the PlayStation platform at the moment. Not really the interest that we've seen. We are trying to revive it a little bit though. If anybody knows anybody, if you're watching for the first time and you want to get involved in some clean sim racing action, if you've raced on Project Cars 2 or Assetto Corsa Competizione or even F1 2021 coming out soon, then come over to Motive Races and have a look at what we've got in the pipeline. But here we go, we're about to go for the feature race here at Spa. We're going to have 16 laps of the Spa-Francorchamps track, and it's going to be a mandatory pit stop thrown into the equation as well. So these guys have got to come in and serve that pit stop at least once, otherwise it will cost them very, very dearly. At the end of the race they will get disqualified on the final lap, and it will be all of their hard work gone to waste, and they don't want that. So yeah, make sure you come into the pits on the last lap, guys, if you don't come in before that, because otherwise the game will definitely punish you for that. But here we go then, we're about to go lights out here for the feature race. Miguelito on the right hand side of your screen, Velside on the left. Lights come on, can Nando get a good start? What about Daryl Exchanger? Here we go, it's lights out and away we go now. And it's it doesn't get away, Miguelito doesn't get off the line, and he's been crashed into there. Clegg getting it wasn't Clegg, it was Clegg there. Clegg getting caught up in that one, and it looks like also Djphil hasn't moved off the line either. He's still sat in his grid spot. Why ready up, guys, if you're not going to start the race? Velside leads this race by 0.6 of a second ahead of Daryl Exchanger. What's Miguelito doing? What is he doing? He's reversing down the start finish straight. I don't know what he's doing there. but Velside is leading the race. That's yeah, alright, that's enough of that. Velside leads ahead of Daryl Exchanger right now. JM Cool, Nando just behind them. I'm Such a Nub in the background there with Richie pretty close.
I'm Such a Nub has done a great job.
Craig's got ahead of Richie up into 6th place. Yeah, he has, as we see the Mutts Nuts just behind there. DJ Phil and Miguelito at the back, currently running in 10th place right now as Craig covers that potential move there from Richie off. But Velside leads the race by 7/10. Oh, as the Mutts Nuts squeezing through there, and I can't keep up with your camera work, Sergey. I can't keep up. I don't know who we're watching right now.
Yeah, the Mutts Nuts.
Yeah, so the Mutts Nuts is currently on the back of Craig, and Richie goes a little bit wide there coming down the hill, and unfortunately for Craig, he can't do anything about it right now. Riding on board with the Mutts Nuts, we've already lost a driver. Miguelito's out of the race, didn't start the race, didn't get off the line. I'm sure we'll find out why in the comments. I'm sure there's a very feasible explanation for that one. But Richie just ahead of Craig and the Mutts Nuts, and these guys have already dropped well off at the back of the leader Velside, who's got Daryl hassling the back of him. But this is the battle for 5th place right now. Richie, Craig and the Mutts Nuts coming in towards Campus Corner, and for the time being it's as you were, these three just running line astern for now. Velside leads by 0.6 of a second though ahead of Daryl Exchanger. JM Graw and Nando in close contention here behind them on the opening lap of this race, as Nando once again really wide there. He's made that a bit of a thing as Nando. He's been constantly running wide through a lot of the corners around this track. But riding on board with Daryl Exchanger, this is the battle for the lead with Velside right now. What's he going to be able to do here with Velside as they're coming in towards the final few corners? Is he going to have a look coming into the bus stop? I don't think he's quite close enough just at the moment to make anything happen. Tucking in behind for now, and he'll go again in that one.
And Nando now there is trying to take Jim Grohl to fight for the 3rd place for final podium spot. And no, not enough now. So Daryl, I think he just needs to be consistent and try to be in the same pace as Velside. But yeah, it's such a shame that Miguelito couldn't start the race. I don't know why. I think we'll know about it in some moments in general chat or somewhere else. I'm Such a Nub is in the pits. I'm Such a Nub is in the pits. I don't know what's going on with him, but yeah, he's driving in the pit lane. Maybe he can't drive without headlights and he just going to repair them. I think yeah, it's just to repair them, but he's not retiring. Hopefully he's not retiring. Oh, I don't understand in this case why he just went into the pits, but yeah, doesn't matter now. Daryl Exchanger is still 1 second behind Velside. Oh, Velside made a mistake.
Wow, Daryl's up into the lead of the race. An uncharacteristic error there from Velside. There's a flash of the lights there towards Daryl. Not sure what that's all about, but Daryl now leads ahead of Velside. JM Graw and Nando in hot pursuit. It looks like Velside's making a little move to the inside here, trying to get a move back, but he goes wide. Oh, JM Graw's going to sneak through now up into 2nd place. Velside getting swamped by this pack here as he starts to make a couple of mistakes. It's beginning to unravel a little bit. Daryl backs out and lets Velside back through. Although is he? No, I think he's going to be side by side coming through campus, and he holds on there. Now Velside's got Nando hassling the back of him, so it's gone pretty much just turned on his head there for Velside in the space of a couple of corners. Championship leader seemed pretty much immune to making mistakes throughout the course of this season. He just made a couple there in the space of about 3 corners.
Yeah, something strange happened there. He made so many mistakes in these 2 or 3 corners, but now it's only the 2nd lap of the race, and it will be 3rd now in a moment. But yeah, we now have a great leading group with 4 people there, and Velside made another mistake. He went really wide in the corner. I don't know what's going on, and Daryl Exchanger I think is fighting with JM Graw for the 1st place I think now, and we see that there is 3 Mercedeses and only 1 Porsche
Daryl
there.
Getting really loose there, coming out in the last corner. He's going to still try and have a look here to the inside. Is he going to be able to make the move done on JM Graw in towards that source? They come onto the brakes now. Has a little look, can't get the move done. JM Graw covers that off. He hits the inside. Yeah, he hits the pit wall a little bit there, and that's allowed Velside up the inside, back up into 2nd place. He can now chase after JM Graw, but Daryl making a few mistakes there. Nando just behind him as they're coming up towards El Rouge and Radion. Velside though, all over the back of JM Graw. You see there in the background there, those two pretty close, coming down up towards the Kemmel straight. Out of Radion they come. Is Velside going to be close enough? I don't think he is. He's just a little bit too far back right now to go for anything at the end of the straight. Nando though in the slipstream with Daryl, I don't think he's going to be able to get anything done though. The AMG's got too much power on the Porsche.
Yeah, Porsche just doesn't have enough power on the straights to.
Oh, he's having a look at the
consider them
outside though.
with-
Velside's going to try and get a move done on JM coming down the hill. What's happening at the front? Cameraman decides to pick him up. There we go. And JM has held on, and Velside looks to make a mistake there because now
Darrell
Darrell's
is trying to take.
He's trying to go around the outside of Velside here. He's going to be able to get that one done. No, Velside covers that one off at the moment, but he's looking a little bit vulnerable here. Velside, not his usual comfortable self. Could be the nighttime conditions, maybe the colder air, colder track temperatures is playing havoc here with him trying to get them in the optimal range. But whatever it is, he's stuck in a pack of 4 cars and he can't seem to get ahead. He can't seem to get away. He's just stuck in limbo right now as we've got Darrell and Nando still queuing up behind these, and Richie's dropped off of them, but he is actually reeling them in a little bit. Like Richie was quicker than all 4 of these guys in these lead pack on that last lap, so Richie is reeling them in at the moment. Richie's getting it down and bringing the gap down.
Yeah. He's using the opportunity that all these drivers are fighting between each other, and he's using the opportunity that they're losing time. So, good job from him. Hope that we will see even bigger leading group. And now Velside is trying to overtake Djphil-green. He's all over the back of him. Let's drive on board with Velside. 2 Mercedeses. Oh, Djphil-green went onto the grass a bit, and Velside went really wide there. It's a chance for Darrell Exchanger to take Velside and maybe in the bus stop. No, not enough here. Not enough space. Yeah, not enough space. Velside has got a great exit of the corner, and he will have a slipstream of Djphil-green's car.
I think it's a little bit too far back though to go for it. Velside's a very cautious and fair racer. You don't often see him commit himself down the inside and throw lunges on drivers. He generally will be as the utmost gentlemanly and courteous towards others as he possibly can. He tucks in behind Djphil-green for now, coming up towards El Rouge. He's going to sit there and keep on to that for now, but Darrell Exchanger there sat in 3rd place, still watching this unfold. Nando's drops off for this lead 3 a little bit as Richie has not made the gains on that previous lap that he did on the one before that. But at the moment, Velside looking pretty strong here. Down the Camel Straight he comes. Is he going to pull out the slipstream and make a move coming into the Coombe? He's almost got a little bit of the car alongside, and late on the brakes there from Velside. Bit of a tap there between the 2 of them, door banging, and Velside lost it. He's spun round. Oh my gosh. And he's going to veer off into the path of Nando there. Nando coming through, and Nando's going to pick him up into 3rd place there. He's done it, up into the final podium spot there. Great stuff from Nando. Velside losing out massively there. He's now a couple of seconds off the back of Darrell Exchanger as Djphil-green still sticking to the back of Darrell Exchanger. 7/10 between those two. Richie within 3 seconds of the leader now. This is all playing out absolutely unbelievably here. Dramatic stuff here in this feature race for the GT3s at Motive. Round 5 here at Spa. We've seen non-stop action throughout the course of this event, and it's continuing to unravel a little bit for the championship leader. Velside has not had it easy in this feature race.
Yeah, that's how we can see some intrigue here in the races when Velside made a mistake. All the other drivers are doing all their best. They're doing a great job now, all of them. Darrell, Djphil-green, Nando, Richie, all of these guys who are in this spirit of fighting for the 1st place are doing a great job now, and they're trying to cover Velside off. You know, it's like they're all trying to fight against Velside, not let him go. But yeah, Nando just lost the position now, and it's Richie all over the back of Nando. We may see some battle between them in some moments.
Yeah,
still Djphil-green all over the back of Darrell Exchanger.
He is, yeah.
Velside
he's still keeping them in touch at the moment. Velside's shaking off Nando a little bit. Nando's now dropping back as Richie's pulled up onto the back of Nando. This is the battle for 4th. Nando's been going back and forth here a little bit, but he now finds himself a little way off of this lead pack, which he's been battling with almost since the beginning of this race. Richie's looking to the inside as the source, and he's just taken out his front headlights there as Richie. He tapped the wall a little bit coming through the source, and he's lost his front headlights, so that is not ideal at all.
I think he's done. Yeah, really, yeah.
Oh dear, he's had a hefty whack into the wall, and that front part of that car, that bumper's definitely looking a bit worse for wear. Any little skirmishes and that will be flying off and onto the grass or into the barriers.
I thought that he just switched them off, maybe to
distract
I don't know
him
what to do with.
Yeah. To
Maybe
kind of throw him off, sort of make him sort of start second guessing and looking in his mirrors a little bit more. But Hasn't really paid off, unfortunately. Djphil is in the pits, yeah, making the pit stop here at the end
Is
of
it the
lap
pit window
4.
now?
Pit window lap 5. Maybe he's seen the leaders on lap 5.
Maybe
he's seen the leaders on lap 5. I might be able to let that one slide. I think he's seen the leaders on lap 5 and has thought it's lap 5, but obviously he's only just started lap 5, so he was at the end of lap 4. But I think we can let that one go. Richie,
yeah, I think.
Yeah, Richie on the back of Nando right now. These two, 4th and 5th. Oh, as we see Djphil getting wide a little bit. Djphil's going to lose out to Veilside. I think Veilside looking to the outside here, coming in towards Stavalo. Is he going to be able to get it around the long way here? Veilside's doing a really good job of clinging onto that one, and he's done that brilliantly around the outside there, clinging onto it around the curb, and Djphil loses the position there. Nando looks like behind.
Slided a bit. It was such a drift there, and it's a chance for Djphil now to use this mistake of Veilside on the exit of the corner. He's got an even better exit. Oh, Djphil lost. Going wide, and Nando going wide too. Richie dropped off a bit. So Nando, maybe he would try to take Djphil now. No. Veilside is in the pits.
Making his mandatory pit stop here at the end of lap 5. So he obviously seen the notice in general chat there saying that the pit window's lap 5. But
as well as Richie.
Yeah, Richie coming in likewise. So here they come in towards the box.
Richie is very close to him. Now.
Yeah, and he might be able to hold him up a little bit there as well. As Richie is coming into the box.
Let's watch where they will be. Veilside's off.
off.
Richie, no.
Yeah, same, stayed the same. Yeah. They're both very standard pit stops there from those two. Clearly just a stop and go, no tyre changes, no fuel, just in and out, shake it all about. And Richie's out of the pit lane. Here he comes. It's just behind the net race. No, the net race second place there in Veilside, barring what Djphil might be able to do here. But Daryl Exchanger looking very strong for this race win here. He's been able to just get away from the other guys who were battling it out. We obviously saw Djphil, Veilside, Nando, Craig, Richie all tripping over each other a little bit, and it's really given Daryl that opportunity to just get himself into some clean air, and he's now going to run with this and see what he's able to do. This could be Daryl's biggest chance at taking a win here in this Tier 1 division at Motive. He's so strong in Tier 2 last season, took I think 4 out of the 5 race wins that he competed in, so Daryl was a force to be reckoned with last season in Tier 2. So far in Tier 1 it hasn't fallen for him the way I'm sure he would have been hoping it would have done, but he's still, I reckon he's still got a good chance of being in a top 3 here in this championship. And he's currently doing the bits right now. He's got 2.6 seconds of a gap over Djphil, and he's controlling this race as we're watching Nando at the moment just off the back of Djphil. There's a bit of time to Djphil over the course of this lap so far, so he needs to get back in it, get back in the rhythm a little bit. He's 8/10 down on his personal best lap so far on this one, so definitely falling off the pace just a little bit at this point. These guys 3 seconds off of the back of Daryl Exchanger, the race leader. Veilside's picked himself a penalty, a time penalty there. Don't know what that was for, but the gap's coming down.
I'll watch. 1 second penalty. Penalty for Veilside.
The gap's coming down between Veilside and Richie as well. It's now down at 2 seconds, so Richie's just doing the work right now. He's bringing that gap down and keeping these guys under pressure here, as we can see there.
Yeah, Richie's doing a good job.
Yeah, he is. He's not letting Veilside off the hook at the moment, as we're only a little way into this race. This is a long race here for this feature race. Mandatory pit stop done for a few of these drivers here, but it's a 16 lap race, so you've got to be on it for a long time. You know, there's no hiding from it. You've really got to be pushing it. But
let's watch Veilside's last lap, what it was. Talking about leaders, it was 221.6 and Veilside to 30.8. But maybe it's because of the pit exit. Yeah, it's because of the pit exit.
Yeah, because Richie did 237.3.
I'm watching standings now. So Maze Gamer won't receive any points, as well as Miguelita, and it's a good chance to Nando to close the gap to these guys, to Miguelita and Maze, and to try to fight for the second place or even for the first, because it was 30 points between Maze and Veilside. Darrell Exchanger is currently on P5 in the standings, and he's got a great gap until the 6th place, and it's Invamada who's not here, and then Disco who's not racing with us anymore. I think Jim Gruel can receive some decent points and to be on 5th or no, I think on the 6th place. Then she's not racing today. DJ Phil will overtake him if he will finish today, as well as Craig. They have got 38 and 37 points. And yeah, Niceman and the Belmont are not here tonight. So it's a good chance to Darrell to become a contender for the championship. If he will win this race, maybe he will receive even better motivation before the next rounds.
I'm not sure about the championship.
All may happen.
I'm not sure about the championship, not with Valeside, but he could be in a contention for a top 3 maybe, I reckon.
Top 3, yeah.
He brings himself into the argument for the points, near the top, that is for sure. The Mutts Nuts though is currently running in 5th place. He's just a couple of seconds off of the back of Craig at the moment, lapping quicker than on the previous lap, 2 seconds quicker he was than Craig that last time around. Let's see if he's continuing that trend right now. Minus his front headlights there is the Mutts Nuts, so he's clearly had. Oh no, there they come. He's put them on. He's put them on. So he's obviously listened to our advice there and has thought, you know what, I could do with some headlights. They'll do me some good. But coming out onto the start-finish straight now to complete lap 7 of this race, and Craig's still running in 4th place, just ahead of the Mutts Nuts at the moment. Valeside still running in 6th place right now. Last lap he did pick up.
Let's watch his last lap. 221.9, a bit faster than Darrell, Jim Gruel.
Richie faster than anybody. Richie is the fastest man out on track. 221.3, and he's only 2 seconds behind Valeside right now. He's closing the gap to Valeside. But Valeside has got that penalty, which means that if Richie gets within striking distance, then Richie will finish ahead of him. So he's really getting it down in these laps out of the pits, and he could potentially, I think, Richie could get the undercut on these guys up ahead. Darrell, JM Gruel, Nando, Craig, the Mutts Nuts have all got to come in to make their stop. Once they do, we could be seeing Richie getting the undercut. I think Valeside is pretty much a dead cert for that undercut already with the times that he's done. It's going to be close with Darrell Exchanger, that is for sure. I think the pit lane here at Spa is quite short due to the...
yeah, it's quite short. It's not like in Assetto Corsa Competizione.
Yeah, I think you lose about 25 seconds. So... I don't know, it's going to be interesting. We know
it'll be very close, very close.
Yeah, it's going to get very interesting. But
it's half a race.
Yeah, Richie's still doing a really, really good job at the moment. He's nothing 6/10 quicker than a lap than Valeside. But both of these two, Valeside and Richie, faster than this man, the race leader, Darrell Exchanger. Question is, when does he pull the trigger? When does he come into the pits and pull the plug and get that done and out of the way? He's doing a good job right now, but he is losing a little bit of time to Richie. I lost it. He's made a mistake. Oh my gosh! Richie is up into 6th place. Richie's moved up a position. Yeah. Potentially, could this be the net race lead for Richie now? This is absolutely unbelievable scenes here. Our former champion of the GT3s racing as a reserve tonight in a car which we haven't ever seen him driving in ever before. Now sits in 6th place, could be the net lead if he continues doing what he is doing right now. Richie 95 could be in the box seat here at Spa-Francorchamps. There he is, driving in the BMW. Haven't seen him driving this car before. He used to drive the AMG back in the day when he was with us at Motive Racing, when he won the championship. Valeside there, currently sat in 7th place.
Valeside is, really struggling tonight in this feature race.
Could be the cold night
Nando
air.
Is in the pits. Let's watch where will be Nando and Valeside. I think Valeside will overtake him, without doubt.
Easily.
Yeah, Nando dropped off him. Oh, is Nando lost? He lost his pit lane. No. Yeah, he lost about 3 seconds there. He will be on the 8th place now after the pit lane. Sorry, on the 7th place.
So unfortunate there for Nando. Losing a bit of time there in the pit stops as the Mutts Nuts still running in 4th place, but he's not too far off the back of Craig. These two separated by 0.3 as they are coming down the Camel Straight. I think the Mutts Nuts is a little bit too far back. Oh no, look at that closing speed. Oh my goodness, that Porsche's going nowhere down the straights, and the Mutts Nuts is going to move to the inside and get that one done. That was too easy there. How was his straight line speed so superior?
I think Craig made a little mistake in the Urush, and I think because of that
radio.
The Mutts Nuts, and because of that the the Mustangs had bigger speed, and better speed.
It was the closing speed though. I mean, it was as they got quicker, the closing speed just became so pronounced, and Mustangs breezed past him like he wasn't even there. He's up into the podium spots, but that won't be the podium spots once we get to the checkered flag, because there are drivers behind who have come into the pits and got their stops done and out of the way and served that penalty. That pit stop. But there's Velside still running in P6 right now. He's behind Richie, and Richie's made his pit stop, so Velside's about 4.5 seconds behind the possible net race leader. But then again, the actual race leader could also be the net race leader. Darrell was still not 100% who's going to be leading this race once Darrell comes into the pits. The gap between him and Richie, 28 seconds, so it's going to be very, very tight between those two once Darrell comes in. It's going to be an absolute barnstormer of an end to this race, and to be fair, the longer that Darrell stays out, the more exciting this gets for me, because the tension builds. It's the not knowing, it's the not being sure what the result's going to be, and it just keeps us on the edge of our seats, Sergey. I absolutely love it. I do love races like this where you just do not know what's going to happen.
Really, yeah, it's the best which you can even see in the sim racing.
It makes me excited, man, because too many races. I'm not going to lie. Too many races this season. We've just watched Velside drive off into the distance, and this one we've got a fight on our hands. Darrell Exchanger could win it. Richie could win it. Velside might be able to reel them both in and get the win as well. Craig's coming in. Yeah, Richie. Oh, he gets another loose there. Oh my god! Oh my god!
What?
God. Richie, you're giving me a heart attack. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Velside does his fastest lap of the race there at 2:21.6. He's the quickest man out there. He's a tenth quicker than Darrell on the previous lap. Darrell's responding to the pressure and has now got, I think he's out of pit stop range there to Richie. So Darrell, if he's going to pull the trigger soon, I'd say he's got to do it now or never, really, because he's going to come out with the lead and should have that buffer. Richie only got 3 seconds back to Velside. He was going quicker than Velside when he was behind him, but then since Velside has made that mistake, Velside has then got the hammer down and has really been putting the laps in since then. Richie 2/10 off of his personal best there, coming through that part of the track. But this is going to get very, very tasty here in the final part of this feature race. As we can see there, Darrell Exchanger, this race leader, still yet to come in and make his pit stop, as are JM Gordon, the Mustangs. Could be the net race leader, but also Richie and Velside very, very close. It's going to be a three-man fight here for this feature race win. Do not go anywhere. If you're on the edge of your seats, then stay there. Don't move. Don't sit back, because you might miss what's going to happen here. Don't blink. Don't go away. Don't get a coffee. You have no time to get food here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, all may happen now. It's last laps of the race, of this exciting race, I can say, because we really see the fight for the first place. It's great. Yeah, because we had so many boring races in the season previously. Yeah,
to put it bluntly, honestly, me and Sergey and I, we don't mince our words. We just say it as it is. We've had too many races where there's been nothing going on, and Darrell Exchanger has got the lead, and he's still lapping quicker than either Richie or Velside. He's consistently in the 2:21s. Velside was a tenth quicker on the previous lap. Let's see what Velside's able to do. Is he's still making gains on him as he's coming in towards the final sector of this lap. Richie's still got 3 seconds back to Velside, and he's keeping that gap to Velside. So for now, as long as Richie keeps himself out of trouble and makes no mistakes, he might be able to stay ahead of Velside. This is the part of the lap where Richie made his mistake on the last lap.
Velside!
Oh, Velside goes deep! There. He went really deep, and the thing is, he had to overcorrect the car whilst he was on the curb, so he was having to rotate the car, swing the car to the right hand side, which made him very, very out of sync, but he still does his fastest lap of the race.
Oh, wow. And still about 1/10 better than Darrell Exchanger.
Incredible stuff. He makes a howler like that into the last corner and still sets the fastest lap of the race so far there. He just shows you how much he's on it. He's absolutely on the limit and ragging that AMG around to its maximum potential here. But we've got Richie still sat in 4th place. He's still got 2.5 seconds back to Velside at the moment, but Velside is reeling that gap in. Darrell has got the lead, and he's matching Velside. He's matching Velside, and he's a little bit quicker than Richie at this point. So Darrell is doing everything he needs to do out front. 4/10 off of his personal best on this particular lap so far. When does he come in and pull that trigger? Is he going to leave it until the last lap to come in and get his pit stop out of the way, though? At this point, it's up to him, and I'd have to say, at the way he's going, I wouldn't blame him for staying out until the very last lap here.
Yeah, all may happen. He may come into the pits whenever we can face it, but now he's going faster than his personal best on about 1/10, and I think it can be 221.5 or 221.4 for him on this lap. And let's watch. It's really interesting for us, for all of us, for our viewers, for us, like commentators. Let's watch. He still have got 4 laps, I think, to go into the pits, and he knows what he's doing. But Slaed is closing up on Richie, I think.
Still kind of as it was. Yeah, here and there. He's making small gains. It was 2.2 at the beginning of this lap. You can now see on the
21.1 for Darrell. Unbelievable.
Wow, he's still going quicker. And that was despite Sergey. He was 4/10 down on his personal best through the first sector. I remember seeing on the timing screen, he was 4/10 off of his personal best. So he's found that time in the final 2 sectors. He's then gone half a second quicker, which means that he could probably be dipping into the mid 220s on a perfect lap. Veilside though, coming out of the last corner, he's now really close to the back of Richie, just over a second between these two. Richie comes over and that's a 222.8, a horror show of a lap there from Richie.
21.0.
Veilside goes even quicker than Darrell, a 10th quicker than Darrell. Oh my god, this is seriously close now. Darrell is on a nice edge. He knows now that if he makes one little mistake, that could be it all done and dusted. His race will be over and his chances of the win will be going out of the door. So he needs to keep in the zone and not let it drop at all. But Richie also finds himself in a very precarious position right now because he's got Veilside just over a second behind him and continuing to just make little gains here on him. These two have been very, very close throughout the course of these last few laps, and it was Richie putting the pressure on Veilside before. The shoe's on the other foot now with Veilside. He made that mistake coming through Pool a few laps ago, just before they came into the pits, and since then Richie's been able to just keep that gap around 2 or 3 seconds. It's now under a second between these two as they're both trying to chase down the leader Darrell, who still needs to come into the pits. It's a 3-way battle for this lead with these two and the race leader Darrell. Don't count out JM Good as well, because he's keeping the gap to Darrell and he's actually almost matching him. Do you know what? We haven't really mentioned JM Good over the course of the last couple of laps.
Yeah.
He's not far off. He's not far off with Darrell. He's only 4 seconds off and on the same pit strategy as him. So this could be wide open. Four men in this battle for the lead here.
Yeah, it's really great and nice to see it. Let's watch if Darrell is well set. No, not enough for him. Yeah, let's watch if Darrell will go into the pits on this lap or if he will stay. He's staying out. He's staying out and giving us more intrigue in this last corner. And James Grill going. James Grill's in the pits.
This is going to tell us now what the state of play is. He was 4 seconds behind Darrell when he came in. Now this is going to tell us what position Richie and Veilside are in, comparable to Darrell, as it looks like Richie's pulled a bit of a gap to Veilside over the course of this lap. There's now 1.2 separating those two, so Richie's been quicker on Veilside on lap 12 here, which means that Veilside could have dropped off, or maybe Richie's just responded to that pressure and really put in a stonker here this time around as JM Grill is out of his box and on his way.
Yeah,
this could be
the Matslands in the pits too.
JM Grill could do Darrell a big favour here if he's able to come out ahead of these two and hold them up a little bit. But JM Grill is out of the pits now, and here they come. He's going to come out ahead of them. He's going to come out ahead. Yeah, JM Grill emerges ahead, which is great news for Darrell Exchanger, because that means that he's got a net lead of about 5 or 6 seconds over these guys behind him, maybe 6 or 7 seconds even. So Darrell Exchanger has got 4 laps left to go in this race. He's got this one on a plate. He's just got to bring it around these last 3.5 laps, and he's going to take his first win here in Tier 1 for the GT3s at Motive Racing. As we can see, Veilside now still in the slipstream, still trying to get this done on Richie right now. These two very, very close as they have been throughout the last few laps here. Pretty much nip and tuck on the previous lap. Veilside did take 4/10 out of him, but this is now crunch time here for Veilside. He needs to get ahead of Richie if he wants any chance of winning this race. If he wants to try and chase down Darrell and JM Grill up the front, he needs to get ahead of Richie. But Richie is more than a match for him. And to be fair, Richie's closing in on JM Grill as well, so these two are coming for JM Grill. But I think Daryl has got just enough of a cushion to be able to bring this one home with the lead of this race, and he's going to take a win here as it stands. Still a long way to go, still 3 laps left to go. Daryl is currently down.
Made a mistake.
He's down on his lap.
2 seconds worse.
He's massively down. JM Grill, I wonder if JM Grill's got the potential to jump Daryl in the pits. He's now only 27 seconds behind him.
Yeah, really, JM Grill is now facing some chances to win this race.
This is unbelievable stuff. Daryl Exchanger might pull the trigger here, because he's surely going to think, well, I can't afford to make more mistakes and end up losing track position. So here he comes out of the last corner, and he's staying out. He's staying out. Still playing the long game here is Daryl Exchanger. Veilside still stuck behind Richie at the moment, but not really stuck, to be fair. They're pretty much tit for tat in terms of pace. They're about 2 seconds off for the back of JM Grill, who continues to run around in second place. Just to inform those of you who joined us on the stream in the later stages of this feature race, Daryl Exchanger leads the race, but he's got to come into the pits and make his mandatory pit stop before we get to the checkered flag. JM Grill, Richie and Veilside separated by 3.5 seconds at the moment, so this is anyone's race for the win. Any of these 4 guys at the top of that leaderboard could be the winner, with Daryl still yet to make that pit stop as Veilside rides over the sausage curb there, coming out of the bus stop chicane, but he's in that slipstream here behind Richie 95 at the moment, and looks like he's set on trying to pile that pressure on. 2/10 off of his personal best on that last lap, but Richie was quicker than Veilside by 1/10 on that last lap. Richie more than a match for him, and is pulling out the stops where he needs to.
Awesome race there. Awesome racing with. They are showing us a great show there, and it's all up. It's all up now for Daryl. He's now. I think he knows that the whole race is up for him. What he will do? Will he go on this lap or on the next lap in the pits? Will he wait until the 15th lap out of 16th, or will he go now and will try to recover them all for one more lap? If I was him, I'll go. I would have went into the pits on 15th lap, so on the next lap.
I'll tell you what. If I were him, I'd come on this lap.
I don't know, because sometimes it's really hard to defend from another guys who are right in your mirrors. But if you have got pace, if you have a pace, and if you know that you are fast, why not to wait for yet another lap?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you the reason why. If I was him, I'd be coming in this lap, because if you leave it another lap and you come in at the end of lap 15 and you lose a bit of time, you end up behind the guy who's in second before, then you've only got 1 lap to get that move done. It really puts the pressure on, whereas he's likely to come out in the lead at this point. He is staying out so he's going to pit on the last lap here. I'm surprised. I would have thought he'd want to give himself that cushion. He's likely to come out in the lead. He's got 29 seconds to JM Grill. The pit stops here are about 26-27 seconds, so he would come out with the sender lead, but he's going to chance it and try and give himself even more of a cushion and try and seal the deal. I hope that he knows about between them. Well, fingers crossed, yeah, because he needs to come in before the end of lap 15. If he doesn't, he'll be disqualified from the race. But I'm pretty sure I set the mandatory pit stop on anyway. I'm sure I did, so he will definitely get called into the pits by his mechanic. But we see a lap car there moving well out of the way. That was I'm Such a Nub there doing a great job being courteous for the leaders as Veilside still trying to have a crack at Richie if he can and get himself onto the final podium spot. Richie has driven a really superb race here as a reserve tonight in that BMW. He has just been on it. He has been giving Veilside a real run for his money, and he could have been able to chase down JM Grill, I reckon, if it hadn't been for the early skirmishes. But he's only 1.5 seconds off the back of him, and Daryl Exchanger, the race leader, still got to come in at the end of this lap. That gap
JM Grill.
29 seconds. JM Grill made a big mistake there, but this battle here, the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, is really for the lead, because you've got Daryl Exchanger, the race leaders. Oh, and this Veilside's going to go on the inside here of Richie. Richie made a mistake coming through Radion, and Veilside's got that one done. Is Richie going to try and hang on to that? He tries to slam the door on him a little bit. Oh, contact there as Veilside spins out a little bit, and Richie continues on his merry way as Veilside loses out, and he's dropped off the back of them now. He's going to have to settle for 4th place here as I'm Such a Nub loses the car in the background there and spins out coming through the comb. But that has just ruined Veilside's chances of taking a podium spot here, and Richie, I think, is waiting up for him, isn't he? I think he is.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a shame there.
Because I think it's more...
That's robbed us of a four-man fight for the win, but Richie's backing off, and I think he's going to let Valeside take the position here. Very sportsman-like stuff. He's not letting him pass, but he's letting him catch up, because that's how they were before. So he's not letting him back through because he wasn't ahead, but he's letting him catch up. But Darryl Exchanger and JM Gruhl, this is the battle for the lead. It's these two. One of these two is going to win this race. Who it's going to be, we just don't know. We're going to find out though, as Darryl Exchanger's coming in towards the bus stop chicane now. He's got a 31-second lead. So as long as he gets a solid pit stop,
he goes in the pits.
As long as he gets a solid pit stop, he should come out with the lead. Oh, he clouts the pit wall there though. Really is taking absolutely every bit of time that he can here, coming through the last part of this race. As we see now, we've got Valeside onto the back of Richie. This is still the battle for the final podium spot. These two out of the battle for the win with that little collision that they had. Darryl in the pits. Where's JM Gruhl? This is for the win here. Darryl Exchanger in the box. JM Gruhl coming out of Blanchimont now, and Darryl's off and away. Great pit stop there from his boys. JM Gruhl in towards the bus stop chicane now. He needs to get a good exit out of the corner. Darryl Exchanger's almost at the end of the pits lane now. I think Darryl should be able to hold on for the lead here.
Yeah, Darryl
almost
will be
got the green light. He's coming out of the pits. Yeah, I think he should have about a 5 or 6 second gap. He's going to comfortably come out with the lead here. Darryl Exchanger comes out of the pit lane here at Spa. JM Gruhl in second place, and he should be able to bring this one home in the lead of the race. Richie's lost out to Valeside.
Made a mistake, I think. Richie made a mistake.
Richie has made a big mistake. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate stuff. Darryl Exchanger though has come out of the pits with a comfortable lead here in this race, 7 seconds over JM Gruhl. He's driven absolutely superbly, has Darryl Exchanger. We kept questioning him over his, well, I questioned him, you were fully backing him on his decision to stay out on the track for as long as he could, and he has played a blinder tonight with this strategy. He's done everything right, just kept on plugging away, doing the business. He was all on his own out there. It must have got a bit lonely at times. He must have been thinking, I wish I could be doing some battles here, but he just kept on going, kept pushing, kept on getting the best out of that car, and he's going to reap the rewards in about half a lap's time, as JM Gruhl is taking a bit of time out of him coming through the first sector. Gained a second there. Not that Darryl's going to be too worried about that, because he's got this win within his grasp. Valeside sat in that final podium spot just over 10 seconds off at the back of Darryl. Not been the race for him. He's made a few mistakes in this one, which has cost him. Richie losing out to that final podium spot to Valeside in the last lap or so. It looks like he's going to bring it around in fourth. The Mutsnuts in fifth, just ahead of Nando. Mutsnuts has got a penalty, so it might drop him back to Nando in that battle. Craig running in 7th, 10 seconds off of the back of these guys in 7th place. I'm such a knob, and DJ Phil rounding out the classification here for this one, as DJ Phil's doing his fastest middle sector there of the race so far. Darryl Exchanger coming around to lap DJ Phil out of this the middle sector. He comes here, and it's got a couple of corners left to go here as Darryl Exchanger driving in that number 71 Mercedes AMG. Last season's Tier 2 contender, took 4 out of the 5 wins last season. Wasn't a Tier 2 champion. That accolade went to JM Gruhl, but he was certainly the force to be reckoned with in that division last season, and has finally shown that promise that we expected from him over the course of this season. In towards the bus stop he comes, getting really wide there onto the white line. Doesn't need to push it too much now, but Darryl Exchanger is going to take the feature race win. Round 5, race 10 of the GT3 season here at Motive Racing. Darryl Exchanger flashed his lights and comes up to the line. Brilliant driving there from Darryl. He takes the checker flag and the victory. JM Gruhl is going to come out of the last corner. It's going to be a second place finish here for him. Last season's Tier 2 champion, driving a fantastic race. It slipped through his fingers though tonight for this feature race. Valeside having an absolute horror show, but in the end still comes home with a podium. The championship leader extends his advantage there in the standings. Richie coming out the last corner.
He made another mistake.
He's going to be gutted with how that last couple of laps went. He was on it for so many laps. He was matching Valeside. He looked like he could have been in that fight with Darryl and JM Gruhl, but it wasn't to be. The Mutsnuts coming out of the last corner. It's going to be a P5 as I'm Such an Ups just ahead of him on the track, and he will come over to finish in 8th place, a lap down. Yep. The Mutsnuts crossing the line in 5th place there. Nando is in 6th, and he's crossing the line to finish the race there. Craig not too far off the back of these guys in 7th place. Good points there for Craig, well done. Saw him involved in some good battles over the course of this event. Congrats to him. Crosses the line there in P7, and I think
DJ Phil is still to finish.
DJ Phil is still DJ Phil is getting through the last lap now, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit for this one, but yeah, absolutely great stuff there from all the drivers out on track.
Awesome job from all of them, yeah, especially from Darryl Exchanger and JM Gruhl. They made all their best, and I think it was the best race for both of them in the Tier 1.
Best race for me to watch as well, by a mile.
Yeah. And if there could be Miguelito in this battle for the win.
Oh, imagine.
Yeah, we could have top 5. We could have got top 5 fighting for the win.
And do you know what? I reckon if Disco had taken the start, Disco would have been up there as well.
It could be even top 6 battle.
Genuinely, I think.
It was amazing, even with these top 4 guys. Great job. I think it's one of the best races in this series in Project Cars. Not only in this season, but I think even in previous season. And Djphil is doing some donuts now, I think. Yeah.
He's obviously had some good fun here. It's Djphil, and he's showing off to the cameras, to the supporters here. Got lots of fans as always, and putting on a great show there is Djphil. 27 seconds until the race completes, so is he going to make it to the flag in time? We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be he's going to be cutting it fine, I reckon. Yeah, he's going to come out of the bus stop chicane. Here he comes, Djphil. Oh no, he's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He's not going to make it. He's messed it up coming out of the last corner. He's not going to make it. He's going to miss out. He'll still get points for 9th place, but Djphil fails to get to the checker flag. Oh, you could not write it. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. But
great race from start to finish.
Daryl Exchanger is your winner there for the feature race, ladies and gentlemen. Fastest lap goes to Valeside. It was so close. Look at the fastest laps between those guys. Nothing between them. The top 4,
really close.
2/10 between the fastest laps. You got Valeside taking it very narrowly there, but in the end finishing in 3rd place. Daryl, JM Gould, Valeside, your podium finishes. Richie unlucky to miss out. The Mutsnuts in 5th. Nando, Craig, I'm Such a Nub, and Djphil completing the classification. Sergey, that was an absolute pleasure for me to commentate on. I don't know about yourself, but I really enjoyed that one. I know you did as well. I've got to ask
really.
I've got to ask you the most important question of the night, though. This is the award they all want. It's not about winning the race. It's about this. Who is your driver of the day for this one?
No, I think it should be Daryl Exchanger, because he made a great job. He done a great tactics, and he won the race. The feature race, he won the feature race.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable with Valeside in the pack. So I think for me it's Daryl Exchanger.
For me, I'm just going to go with Richie, because he came in today as a reserve. He hit us up earlier on in the afternoon and said, look, if you need someone to help you out with the GT3s, if you need anyone to make up the numbers, then I'm more than willing. So we got Richie in, and he's really stepped up to the plate. He was challenging. He could have been there for the race win tonight. He got unlucky in the last few laps. He was matching the pace of Daryl, JM Gould and Valeside, and could have been there fighting for that top step, but unfortunately it got away from him. But just down to the fact that he jumped in tonight in a car we have not seen him racing here at Motive. He won his championship in the Merc AMG. He raced as a reserve a couple of weeks ago in the Renault, but it's the first time I've ever seen him race in the BMW, and he's not disappointed. So well done to our former champion there, bring it home in P4. But that is that then for the GT3s, ladies and gentlemen. A big thank you to those who joined us on the YouTube stream, and to those who liked the video. Please guys, if you haven't already, then drop a like on the video, as it really helps us out. But a big thank you from myself. And Sergey, anything you want to say before we get off air, mate?
I hope that we will see the same races until the end of this season, and in the next season, and hope to see even a bigger pack, to see even more battles. Yeah. And for now, good evening everyone.
Well, actually, on that topic, Project Cars 2 Leagues next season, we're thinking we're going to do a 1 hour endurance race for the races, 1 qualifying session, none of the reverse grid stuff. Put a bit of damage on, you know, make sure there's consequences when people hit each other, so then everyone will be a little bit more courteous, I think. So stay tuned for that one, watch this space, but it's definitely going to be a bit more exciting next season, that is for sure. But yeah, cheers guys, thanks very much, and we will see you in the next one.